I'm Teresa Rhyne, and I wrote a memoir called The Dog Lived and So Will I. I usually jokingly say that's the everything I needed to know about cancer I learned from my dog story, but it's really a lot more than that. It's also two love stories, me and my dog, of course, but there's also a human love story in there. When I adopted my dog, Seamus, he was only about a year old. I was at a pretty difficult time in my life. I had just gone through a divorce, which was my second. After about a year of creating my new life with Seamus, he was diagnosed with cancer. And they told me that he would live a year with surgery and chemotherapy, that probably he would have about a year. As it turned out, he beat those odds and then some. He was still alive when I was diagnosed with cancer myself. Having Chris by my side every step of the way, we were very, very fortunate. So I had to really focus on that and realize that I wasn't going to get through this by being cynical and by thinking about how horrible everything was, that I was going to have to start thinking about getting through it and the lucky parts that were there, and starting with the fact that, you know, my dog lived. And that's where the title came, that's what Chris kept telling me. The dog lived and you will too. And finally I kind of got that through my head. The dog lived and so will I. Even though I had a particularly aggressive form of cancer, I knew that there was hope. There's always hope, and no matter what the odds were, they're just odds. Somebody beats them. So you've got to have that kind of hope, and that's where I learned it from, was going through the experience with Seamus.